Hey folks, fWhip here, and welcome to another tutorial from my Hardcore Minecraft 1.18 series. Today we're going to be talking about my mine that I've recently set up within the world. First we'll go through a tutorial on how to build the structure, and then we'll walk through it again in game, talking about and showing off the interior and how the different mechanics work for the auto storage and the minecart track. Please leave a like and definitely subscribe to fWhip too. Let's get this to 100k. But starting out over here, we're starting with 3 stone brick stairs in the front, then do a tough block and a stone brick off on the corner. Then bringing 1 block forward, we want a stripped spruce log. Then on the sides, we're going to be going back about 11 blocks or so with 2 tall on the tough blocks. Then from there, you're going to stack up 2 cobblestone on top of it. You can see the count coming in through here. Then skipping 2 blocks there, doing another cobblestone and the stripped logs at the very end. Bringing it up another few blocks here, actually to that 3 tall on the cobblestone, my mistake there, just so that we get a little bit of a higher ceiling. Here in the front, you want to stack those stripped spruce logs up 5 blocks tall, bringing the stone bricks here in the center, going up all that same height as well, and then using cobblestone to create an archway. In the center, to detail it out and round things off, bringing some spruce stairs and spruce trapdoors. I actually ended up moving those stone brick stairs a block forwards just to make it a little bit easier there. Then duplicating this whole thing onto the far side to create the other wall. The front and back of the structure are going to be the exact same minus the doorway that we had on the front. So if you see one, you can kind of get the other one in here as well. Bring in some oak planks on top and then some more spruce wood here to help create a curve in the front, and then the spruce stairs going along the entire structure. We'll see all this stuff a few times because all of the walls are the same. So if I'm moving a little quick here, you'll be able to catch up here in the front and just everything like that. But coming back to the front for the roof here, it's stair, and then slabs stretching up all the way to the tippity top of this thing. And so we get the upside down stair like that, and then just again, double slabs going all the way up to the top. Now to make things a little bit more interesting and bring ourselves in, I'm bringing the slabs down a block so it hides in this oak a little bit better and frames things off here, so we don't get those weird gaps at any point. So we have the spruce stretching in there, and then the stairs again stretching around the back. From here, I started working on the back edge of bringing this roof up again, where you can see me doing again, stair, then slabs all the way up to the tippity top for this whole thing, and it gets to be pretty simple here. And we're going to be doing that same oak little overarching section there for that pop of color on the backside here as well once we get around to it. But first and foremost, I figured we would tackle the roof. Bringing in some deep slate stone bricks over here, I want to just get that pop of color that's different than the woods and the cobblestones we have in here so far. Then on this section, you might want to watch through this one a little bit here more. I decided to bring in a window just on a whim here as I was working throughout it because I wanted to break up the roof. I think this type of stuff is really fun to do. And so inside of here, bringing up some slabs and stairs, mixing it up, I was trying to get a 1 block tall space so I could bring in some oak trapdoors and just have these in here as a little bit of an air vent or a window poking on the inside to again break up that roof line. I am leaving a bit of this roof out of place and not building all of it because we're going to be building these large grain silos of sorts, which will be made out of some copper. That'd be something like we're holding the resources, kind of adding to the automated feel of this place. Over here on the far side of the roof, we are going to be having some blast furnaces inside of it, so I did decide to bring up a chimney as well for the smoke to be able to vent out from those blast furnaces. Now on this side, the roof is just going to be flat going all the way back here, and I decided to get that little bit of the top in since I had the blocks on me. We'll be throwing some campfires in there. I just don't have the blocks in on here right now because we're in hardcore, not doing these in creative mode. But finishing off the roof, you can see me defining the shapes for where these silos are going to be placed in as we get around to it. I'm trying to do that on both sides. A few points I did mess up, so you'll see when we come back and actually start building these silos, it'll make a lot more sense. Over here again, finishing off that cobblestone ledge and coming throughout here to create that back edge that we did on the same front. So doing the oak on the top, and then of course adding in that little oak trapdoor for a vent on the bottom section right in there. And then you'll see me adding in that stone brick pillars on the corners, and then cobblestone on the inside going across the entire thing. And I think this one works out really well. I love that little bit of the extra frame that we have. Then stair on the side, and that's going to be an oak trapdoor. A little bit of a mishap in there, but you can see me getting those slabs in on this inside here as well. Then bringing some spruce trapdoors in. I like to create this curved effect there just to break up between that cobblestone going in the oak so it doesn't look quite as weird. Now over next to the chimney, I decided to bring in, or just bring the wall out a block, not in, and then we'll throw all the blast furnaces on the wall on the inside. Now coming over here into those gaps that we created in the roof, we're bringing in a lot of cut copper. If you're looking for the count on this, you need about a stack of blocks of copper in order to get enough cut copper because it gives you 4 per block of copper. But over in here, we're creating a 3x3 interior, and then so that's 3, then just again, 3 going around. Then the other one is a 2x2 interior on this one, so they're different sizes. And on this one, I am leaving an open block on it because I wanted to originally get items to vent inside of that from a water elevator coming up underground. But you'll see I accidentally built it a block off, so we'll just touch on that when we get into the tour later on. Around here, however, you're going to do some trapdoors on the base with the spruce, fences on those corners right in there, and then you're going to do a stair, slab, stair. And then on the corner bits, you're actually going to, on that upper half, you're going to be doing a slab with another slab on top of it. Just add some more variation into this guy, and this thing is going to be stretching consistently around the entire thing. Everything up here is circular, so all 4 sides on every single thing that we're going to be doing are the exact same. So now that we have those in there, grab some deep slate tiles and come up to the roof. And again, all 4 sides are the exact same. So you get 1 down, you're good to go right here. Just speeding through the rest of it because we don't need to spend too much time looking at it. And then on top of that, you're going to go stairs stretching up into the middle. So it's a stair, a full block with a stair on top of it, and then another stair on the far side. And then from here, you're going to want to be able to add in a single full block to help round this out a little bit better in between all of those stair blocks to fill in that open gap. Then on top of those guys, after you're done with that, you're actually going to come back in here and add some stairs, all facing just north and south if you want to on that, and then fill in some full blocks in the corners right there like we have it. Bring in a few more spruce trapdoors. I really like breaking up these roofs that I've been making recently for the circular towers, so it doesn't appear just quite so blobby, and I've been really enjoying that. So just throwing in a bunch of trapdoors around here, you don't need to do that. I just find it's an extra detail that I've been enjoying in my style. But here we're going to be bringing this up to a single point and actually throwing a double wall on top of that, then stretching out over to the other tower that we're making. This one, because it's skinnier, I wanted it to be a bit taller so it still stood out and had its own presence within the build. So stretching up to being about 2 blocks taller than the copper on the other side, starting off with just a bunch of trapdoors down there at the base. And then on those 2 wide sections, we're actually going to be adding some double tall fences. And then in here, you are going to be adding in some more copper. So the cut copper is starting to add up. At this point, you're just going to be stretching that up another 2 blocks. Just this is working as a way of framing it off and kind of breaking things up a touch. And then from here on the corners, do a double tall slab on that. And then you're doing the slabs again on top of the fences. Just kind of slowly getting through this whole thing. Then in here, we're going to be adding the deep slate tiles again, which then also adding in even more spruce trapdoors. You can tell I like spruce wood a little bit on this guy on top of those slabs to finish everything off. And then from this guy, the top of this one's pretty simple. We're just going to be piling up a bunch of stairs here on the corner on top of some full blocks first and foremost, and then we do the stairs on top of that, and then arching up this point to being one central location where you can do that double tall wall on top of it again. But of course, more spruce trapdoors. You really can't go wrong with these. I really enjoy them in builds, and it's a great way of breaking up weirder shapes. So doing the full blocks in here, stair on that corner, and then another stair on that corner, full block up again, stair, and then you get the walls. And there we have it, my friends, the final product on this one. We'll do one quick walk around on this structure here so you can get a better idea. One thing I did forget to mention in the tutorial, as I forgot to do it while building the thing, is bring some trapdoors out here along the edges, and also I added in some glow lichen just to give that little bit of the pop of light and everything like that. But I love it. You can also add some ladders there on the corners just for an extra variation. This is what the front is looking like right now. I did throw some lanterns up here just for some extra mob proofing and some barrels around the outside, but this will give you a better view of everything if it was moving a little too quick for you. Inside, however, this is how I currently have it set up. Just all the blast furnaces over there underneath the chimney, and then we've got all of the item storage of everything coming up here in the middle. Look at that little spoiler in there. Now for the piping system that comes all the way up here, this is soul sand all the way down at bedrock level, with water sources coming all the way up to the top here. I just surrounded it with oak trapdoors so it would look like kind of like a pipe of sorts. And originally I had wanted it to be on this block. Well, actually I wanted this whole structure to be back 1 block to be able to still be in here. But I miscalculated as I was building, so we're just bringing it in through the side like this now. All you need to do there is extend another trapdoor and the water will flow in all the way as you need it. From there, however, we have the minecart system, which if you get in this guy, press the button, it powers that rail and sends us downward. You need 3 or 4 powered rails on every single one of these tracks to move downwards if you want to do that yourself. And what I was doing over here is this little turn corner right like that. And we have 1, then a powered rail, powered rail, powered rail, then 1, and then you have the turn. So it's 4 rails, 3 powered rails, 4 rails. And then you just kind of keep that going, and I just shoved a few levers underneath the powered rails. I don't really care if these look the nicest, and I couldn't afford redstone blocks. Down in these sections, all you need to do is do 2 dead powered rails right in here, And then what you do from there is you just do a full block with a button on top of it. Once you press that button, those rails power, you're sitting inside this guy, and you are holding W, which you can see me very slowly moving forward here. And once you get the power in there, you zoom off, go in the direction you need. Now, the item elevator systems, this is not my original design here, but what we have over there is a dropper. Very important to not use a dispenser, because if you accidentally throw TNT inside of it, it goes boom. And droppers are cheaper. But what you have here is a full block with a comparator looking into that, which somehow reads that. I don't know, it's technical mumbo jumbo, I don't understand. Then that puts out a signal into this full block, which somehow catches this redstone dust, which that somehow puts a signal out into that full block, and then this repeater right there reads the signal from the full block and moves it forward via that line, which then goes into this full block, which then goes back into there and dispenses that. I don't really get it either, but I just know how to build it. It's fine. Then all we have in here is hoppers that are leading into the dispenser, so you throw items inside of this, like this cobblestone, and it goes all the way in there. This does all have to be water sources if you're familiar with how to make those. Pressing the button to move further down the mine to the next layer where we press the button again and keep on moving. It's very important that this is 2 powered rails, by the way. I found with 1 powered rail, when you're going downward with all this speed, you just fly right through it. But down here now, you can see the bottom layer where there's actually the soul sand right down there. So as long as you got that boy in there with water sources going all the way up, you're good to go. Best way to do that, if you don't know, is place water source way at the tippity top, drink a water breathing potion. It's very important, especially when the world is this deep, and place a bunch of kelp going all the way upwards. Just like me, going all the way up. Now, if you don't like nighttime or, when it's storming and mobs start spawning, put a cat here. It'll keep creepers from coming out. But if you don't want to do that, all you have to do is take a bunch of blocks. I would recommend oak trap doors like this and then do a door right in the middle, and you can keep everything out. I really prefer with builds like these to keep the open air feel, as it's really, really cool to me. So I am just going to go ahead and leave it open, and hopefully the cat does the job. But thank you all very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this tutorial and it helped you out there a bunch. One other thing that I did add for some extra final details is those are furnaces right there facing towards that polished andesite block. And then we just have the polished andesite block in there. 3 campfires on the inside, spruce trapdoors around it. And I believe that is the last thing I forgot. We hope. We really, really hope. I'm not used to doing this tutorial things. Do they make sense at all? Let me know down in the comments below. If you're new here to fWhip 2, my second channel, please be sure to subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. I'm trying to get this channel to 100,000 subs, so everybody supporting it has been absolutely amazing. Thank you all so very much for that. We are more than halfway there for now. But with that, my friends, I'm out of here, so I'll catch you on the fWhip side.